Hello everyone, my name is Brendan, and in today's video we will be discussing what you need to know about the CMMC in the cloud and how the cloud can be used to achieve CMMC certification. So it's no secret that one of the biggest developments in modern technology is the use of cloud computing. The cloud is a massive platform and it's only growing in popularity. Many organizations today are utilizing the cloud for a variety of different reasons and services. Organizations can, and many of them do, use the cloud for services such as infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The reason so many people are using the cloud is because it has reduced costs and efforts that are needed to actually maintain all these different kinds of services. And this also applies to improving an organization's security posture. Organizations that do use the cloud should expect to improve their security posture in an effective and affordable manner because of the inherited security controls and security software that most cloud service providers actually offer. So now you might be asking if migrating to the cloud is the answer for becoming CMMC certified or DFARS compliant. And the answer is unfortunately no. Just by migrating to the cloud, this will not make your organization DFARS compliant or have you become CMMC certified on its own. However, organizations can and they should utilize the cloud to implement security requirements that are found within DFARS and CMMC. Now, you should also keep in mind that just because you are using the cloud or plan on migrating to the cloud, it does not mean that you will be exempt from CMMC assessments now or in the future. Utilizing the cloud can assist your current security posture and it can be extremely helpful with becoming CMMC certified, but the cloud does not cover all security requirements within the CMMC or NIST 800-171, especially if you're just going to use the cloud product out of the box. Organizations that do use the cloud will have an easier time implementing and becoming compliant with security requirements such as data storage, access control, maintenance, identification and authentication, and auditing and accountability. However, this is only a fraction of all of the CMMC requirements. Requirements like awareness and training, incident response, the cyber incident reporting requirements in DFARS, media protection, physical protection, and all of the processes, practices, and procedures will still need to be identified and implemented and documented by the organization accordingly. Additionally, organizations that do have their own on-prem IT services or have their own on-prem information system in conjunction with the cloud will need to implement the proper procedural and technical controls for their own on-premise systems as well as the cloud. And then they'll also need to document everything accordingly with the CMMC maturity level that they are seeking. Many of the cloud service providers will offer some technical controls such as multi-factor authentication, FIPS approved encryption, audit logging, and things like limiting system and access to authorized users, automated alerting on malicious behavior and different kinds of policy violations, and just a lot more. Now, this can be extremely beneficial to organizations, especially the small to medium-sized organizations which may not have the resources to implement these controls. But organizations will still need to explain the cloud security tools and software that the organization is inheriting, and they're going to have to document all of this. Organizations are going to have to incorporate all of this into their system security plan and other documentation, such as their policies and procedures. Some cloud service providers will already have this documentation and will provide it to organizations seeking certification for their assessments. This will allow the organization to adopt the cloud service provider's documentation and inherit it as their own. A good example of this would be with encryption. Organizations should document and specify which types of encryption that they are using in their system security plan and policy. This information might be unknown if an organization is relying on a cloud service provider like Microsoft or AWS. So what some of these cloud service providers will do in advance is bundle this information together, and then the organization can request this documentation from the cloud service provider and then they'll be able to implement it into their own documentation or system security plan as it seems fit. So when you are looking for a cloud service provider, you want to ensure that the service provider meets all of the DoD's guidelines and requirements. In order to be compliant, the DoD requires that the cloud service provider must be maintained in the United States and that the CUI never leaves the United States. Another guideline that the DoD has in place is that in order for an organization to store or transmit CUI within the cloud service provider must be DoD Impact Level 4 or higher, which means that they have been approved by the DoD to handle CUI. It is very important to keep in mind that this is ultimately your responsibility as the organization seeking certification to perform the due diligence and ensure that the cloud service provider can be used by your organization when handling CUI. That's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If you enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, keep an eye out for future videos where we will continue to discuss the CMMC in its entirety. If you would like to see a specific video, please leave your recommendation down in the comment section. Thank you. Have a great day.